Yo, what's up? Okay, so today we have a red car. It's a 300. It stands out in a thumbnail really well, so I'm very happy about the paint color here. We have a 300. We're doing ceramic, another ceramic. This is super fun. We got a whole bunch of these lined up now. So the other thing that's kind of cool is that if you have a 24-inch roll, pro tip, you can cover the back window in a 24 along with all the sides. So good deal there. Save a little film on the back window if you have it. So we're going to be doing 35% all the way around, except for the windshield, which is very unfortunate about the windshield because there's a rock chip. But we weren't going to be doing it anyways. It's just no fun. So yeah, anyways, how y'all doing? Y'all having fun today? It's 1:20. This one's not going to take too terribly long. Audio is a little late. Oh, really? Why? Why is it a little late? Maybe that? Huh? I don't know. Should be better now. Sometimes it just does that. I don't know. I leave this computer running. I come back to it, start another stream. Then the next thing I know, something goes wrong. Even though I don't touch it. I don't touch it. Nothing else happens to it. And then it breaks. Thank you for letting me know, though. Alrighty. So, yeah. We're going to get started in a minute here. Chill out just for a second. Not a crazy amount of work, like I said. We're going to go through. We're going to tape all the seals. Because that's the nice thing to do. These do have felt seals. And then regarding this back window, too, it's another one that has thicker defroster lines, so you're going to want to start it to get those defrosters nice and hot before you go to install the film. Always excited when I get a live stream notification. Love the channel. Thank you. Glad to hear it. Working great now? Okay, good. We kind of figured out how to resolve that, but it's so annoying. I always feel like I have to restart the computer before I go live. And there's no reason for it. This is such a ridiculous computer. Done a lot of cars from your videos, ordered more film and all your tools. Nice. Enjoy them. Yeah, I actually just put a big film order in today. I had to restock on ceramic especially. Some of the Pro Classic, I had a good amount of stock of the carbon still. And we're getting more ceramic here. So 70 all the way down to like 20. I still have some extra 5 that I haven't used. So most of the people are getting anywhere from 20 and up in my ceramic, so it's good. It was crazy. It was just kind of like a once-in-a-while thing. Now it's happening a lot more this time of year. Do you recommend V-Nano ceramic? I haven't tried it. I hear people like it. I've never figured out where to put it in my lineup, so that's why I haven't. If you're looking for a budget ceramic, sure. I just don't offer anything without a lifetime warranty, so that's why I haven't put it in my lineup. When is the cut straight coming back? About that. It's probably not going to be back till beginning of July. I'm going to place my order today. Nice. Yeah, there's some people that, like, if I was going to do a budget ceramic, I'd also have, like, I don't know, because it's tough. You, like, what, have a carbon with a lifetime warranty, you have a budget ceramic, and then you have, like, a lifetime warranty ceramic? I don't know. I mean, it's still a 5-year warranty on the film, which is, like, more than a lot of people will keep their vehicles anyways. But lifetime has become so, like, redundant in window film that it's kind of hard to change that. What did I miss? The whole car. We're done. Thanks for joining in. We'll see you next time. No, we're just getting started. I suppose I should. What would you charge for a full carbon? It depends on the vehicle. But typically anywhere from $295 to like $320. I think we're $320 now. Well, Nick is. No, I'm kidding. All right, so this screen's gonna go black just for a second. The audio is still here, so don't freak out. Okay, there we go. Sorry, don't panic. What are you charging for this one? This one is $4.50. So on these ones, bing, 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 bing. We have lots of bing bings. This one we have felt seals. So that especially is why you would want to tape them. Generally, I wouldn't tape any of them anyways, but you guys know how things are going here. So we're gonna tape these up, but just for the record, they do have felt seals. Oh, you. So, we also found out that tuck tape is actually a Canadian product that made its way to the US through Amazon. So, we might be looking for something else that's a little bit more accessible here. Aren't those tight seals? No, I don't. Maybe a little. I've never really had that much of a problem with the 300. Kind of on the back edge, on like the rear door. That one kind of gave me some problems, but 300s, you know, these would always be side by side with, hang on, maybe it is. No, it's not. It just keeps touching the felt and sticking. There we go. Now we got it. These were always like, kind of just like the Chargers in their own way. Like Chargers with an easier back window, basically. Very similar side doors. Same defroster issue. Same manufacturer. Just a little bit of a difference with that back window. Bing, bing. What would you charge on a panoramic sunroof for ceramic? Ooh, so probably 100 per pane. I'm usually 50 per pane, 75 for carbon, and then 100 for ceramic per panel. Ceramic or sunroofs are panoramic sunroofs are no joke for sure. Some of them are going to be easier than others, but when you get into the big old panos, it depends on the. It really depends on the edges. That's where they're throwing me for a loop. All right, wrap that around. Yeah, I like this stuff. I guess. With that knowledge, because I looked it up and it came up on Home Depot, and I did notice that it said Home Depot CA, which is Canada. So it's easy to get off of Amazon, which is great, but if you're ordering other tools and stuff like that, you always got to make sure you got this stuff around. So probably be looking for another variant. Do you put tape on the top seal? No, I haven't. But you could. If you want to be a little extra thorough. The way I see it is the tape is most important to where the film is going to be sliding into the sides. So, like, I don't even really try to get all the way up to the top on the sides, because I'm going to have this window rolled down this much. So the top of my window is going to be here anyways. So all that's covered. And then if you're dragging it over the door sill, you're probably going to have other problems. Oh, that one went well. Oh, hey. Hang on 1 second, guys. 1 second. Canon. All right, you guys can talk amongst yourself for a minute. I got to cash a guy out, and then I'll be back.
What do you think about burning the felt? Some people do it, some people don't. True, thanks. You. Victory hand light skin tone, 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 victory hand light skin tone. LOL hi. You are welcome. Kpedo. Alexa order an iPhone 11. Ha, even more gay. Viva Mexico. Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Victory hand. LMAO. Gay as balls. Viva Mexico cabrones. Alexa order 300 rolls from GeoShield. Nice voice Matt. Hola. Matt is awesome. Hello from Chicago. Alexa. Order 1000 rolls of Lexan film. Chicago is gay. You duck you loudly crying face with symbols on mouth you face with symbols on mouth fish you toilet thumbs up light skin tone you face with tears of joy you pouting face. Hello from prison. Hello desde Argentina. Hey Google order a big dildo from Amazon. To the moon. Alexa call wife. Que onda ku? Poke your butt. Hey Google call wife. Si quemaku. Call that guy's wife. Vamos ponte a trabajar. OK hand white heavy check mark OK hand light skin tone toilet rolling on the floor laughing grinning face with big eyes toilet slightly smiling face white heavy check mark grinning squinting face toilet slightly smiling face rolling on the floor laughing white heavy check mark grinning face with big eyes rabbit face money mouth face thumbs up light skin tone toilet white heavy check mark upside down face white heavy check mark smiling face with smiling eyes white heavy check mark smiling face with heart eyes relieved face. Whole paquet la cola. Puro troqueando ku. Hey Google call wife. Everyone check out my business one shady darker on Instagram. Way. Hey Siri call wife. LMAO. Money mouth face money mouth face money mouth face. No kimaku. Puro 956. Man face palming. Middle finger medium skin tone middle finger medium skin tone. LM Gayo. No memes way face with tears of joy. Your tint sucks. Yo mama. Bumbo Clart. Face with tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing 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 grinning face with sweat grinning face with smiling eyes rolling on the floor laughing thumbs up light skin tone grinning face with big eyes kissing face smiling face with hard eyes face with symbols on mouth face with tears of joy face with symbols on mouth grinning face with smiling eyes ballot box with check grinning face with big eyes heavy check mark relieved face grinning face with smiling eyes ballot box with check grinning face with big eyes ballot box with check grinning face with big eyes white heavy check mark loudly crying face green heart loudly crying face waving hand light skin tone relieved face rolling on the floor laughing rolling on the floor laughing rolling on the floor laughing. Bumboclat. You got by the gay bandits. I love big cocks. Sheesh. Damn, this is funny. Hey step bro. Ha 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 ha. No, this is stupid at Brian Dyer. Oh no step YouTuber. Where do you order your pouch from? Hey Matt. Is Matt gone? Matt is gay. We are united. Matt. I think he died. Matt's left the building rolling on the floor laughing. He passed out. Tint God. Your tint sucks LMAO. He passed out. He passed out. Hey Siri, call Patrick. NEI4ABJ. Did Matt die? Hey Siri, call Dad. Hey Siri, call 911. He's got a talker. Matt doesn't use apple. Green apple. Call this guy's dad. He's taking a shit. Guy's grinning face with sweat. Where did Matt go?
What's up,
Viva
guys?
Mexico. Me
yeah,
too.
I had to cash somebody out. That was the Tahoe I had earlier.
Matt is with
for
a
couple
customer.
doors.
Taking shit.
You guys have fun? All right, let's calm that down right there. So, what's today? Good God. All right, cool. Whenever I have to cash somebody out in the middle of it, he was really curious with everything that was going on. He didn't realize I had a YouTube channel. So that's kind of fun to explain. People are like, "You're lighting. Wait, what? What's going on here?" It's good stuff. All right, so we can continue. Good? Good. Still, okay, good. We're still good on frame rate. GoPro. Yes. Bing, 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 bing. Do you guys enjoy the bing, bing? He reads our comments later than we post them. Well, there's always going to be like a little delay, but as soon as you type it, I hear it. I ordered 1,000 rolls of Lexan. You might make your money back. There we go. All right, so we are in the middle of taping this off. You know, one thing I always get is people are generally surprised when I say that I do everything myself here. And I don't entirely with the appointments. That was probably the number one thing that helped out, is fielding messages and calls so you can kind of keep doing what you're doing. But it doesn't take long to cash somebody out, and then when you set up enough time to, you know, spend a little time and figure out like what they're looking for in terms of film and actually talk to them, it all kind of works out pretty well. Yeah, I mean, there really isn't a lot else other than the tint work that goes on here. It's like check in, check out. So if you have somebody to help with that, then you can kind of schedule a little bit more, fill your day a little bit better. The phone calls, that's the big one. That one will get you distracted real quick. We enjoyed the voice more. Well, if I could figure out a way so everything I said was his voice, maybe we'd be better off, but... Cool. So we have that. Let's do our back window. Oh, they're just memeing. I don't think they mean any harm. Okay, so we got a bunch of towels. Where did I put my squeegee? Oh, good. I put it back where I needed to. Look at that. We're thinking. Where did you order the pouch from? Actually, you can find it at a few places. If you want to order it from a tint store, Sun Distributing has it, actually. It's a Avery Dennison pouch. It's technically a vinyl product. Like, it's so dumb. We found, or they found it, and I don't know. I had this like 3-pocket 3M pouch that was gifted to me, just like with a random sample or whatever. Like 3M was sending some stuff out. And then I used that one. That was like my favorite pouch. But it wasn't anything special. I hated the like 12 pouch super wide ones. Like they're just, they're no good. And then he ended up finding this one. And then he's, Sun Distributing, they're an Avery Dennison distributor too. But it's technically in their vinyl catalog, not for vinyl, or not for window tint distributors. And it's like, wait, what? It's such bull. It's the best tint pouch that I've used. Small, works well. Has just enough pockets for what you need, and it definitely lasts a long time. I'm too short. There we go. Almost too short. Oh, shit. I have cash. That needs to sit there. How much for this one? Made a few $100 taking my cousin's Jeep next Saturday. Huge inspiration from California. Thank you. This one is $450. We're doing all ceramic on this one. So this one has the defroster issues. So really easy fix. Turn on the defrosters before you install it. We always make it a point to talk about that though. So nothing new here. Just if you've ever encountered that problem, that's how you fix it. Turn them on before you go to install it. So we need to grab some films. That's this stuff here. Don't mind the... Ooh, I hate when that happens. Don't mind the Doritos. How did you start tinting? I wanted to, but was a bit uneasy starting. I kind of fell into it. It wasn't really something I pursued. It was just an opportunity at a place that I was working. So my dad, he owned an auto accessories company, and I was working summer job doing like detailing and stuff. And then they had a window tinter, they had other accessory installers, you know, primarily electronics, so alarms, that type of stuff. And that guy that was tinting quit over the weekend and left him in a pinch. But his business partner had a son who tinted, and they brought him over to teach me, and I've been doing it ever since. So I had an much easier way into it, and practice for me was literally just work every day, right? Like, we have these cars for you to do, and we need you to do them. And I'd be like, I can't do this one, and they'd be like, well, keep trying. Oh, it was painful. So getting into tinting there's no real set path for it. It's tough. Good way to start is just practice on your own vehicle and then probably take a class depending on how you're doing. Classes from the very beginning are also helpful. But if you kind of just pick up the film and start playing with it, you'll at least understand a little bit more when you go take a class. When you say all around, you mean everything but the windshield? Yeah, on this one, actually. So all the sides and the back. I'm having issues tinting the sides and rear windows on my Cobalt. The tint won't shrink. The tint will shrink. You gotta make it. Make sure you're using a heat gun. And make sure it's oriented in the right way. So if you want to shrink film, just make sure you're trying to shrink it up and down in relation to how you unroll it. So I'm unrolling this just like this, right? So I'm going to want to shrink the film this way. Normally I use a 36 on windows like this. I just had a 24. And I haven't used it in a while in ceramic, so we're going to just be using this one. So this is actually going to cover everything. And actually, I can probably get quarter windows out of that too. Okay, well, you're gonna fall off, so I guess we'll take care of this beforehand. Because if I just throw these out, I'm throwing away my quarters. Double cut, do you flip one way and then, yes, exactly. Opposite. They just need to be opposite. And you can do that any which way. You can have the liner facing the glass and you can flip it around. I'll keep, the way that I do double cutting, smidge more risky. So, usually you have the film facing the glass and the liner facing you. And I set that up for the first layer, so all I have to do is then peel the top layer off and I can bring it over to the other side. So the reason why it was slightly more risky is just I have the film side facing me right now. So, you know, it's just maybe you might scratch it somehow. But I always make this sure squeegee's cleaned off before we go to cut it. Should be good. Should be good. I think we gotta turn the car on still. I don't think we did that. Oh wait, no, it probably is. Because we did some stuff. Oh, it probably shut off. These ones will generally stay on for about 20 minutes at a time, and then they'll auto shut off. There's no real way to fix that, unless you leave it running. Don't do that. Unless you want to steal some air conditioning or something. So look at that. Got a pattern. Let's roll this down. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's change this. This one's been sitting in here. So carbon blades start to rust after they're exposed to water and kind of just sit out in the elements for a little while. And that's exactly what that one was doing. So make sure we get a non-rusty one. It's only with the carbon though. When shrinking the rear window, do you start in the center? Ooh. Hang on one second. We're cutting through some smushed laminate. See? Look at that. Smushed laminate. So laminated glass is just, and then it seeps over the top. You're not hurting the window or anything. You just gotta make sure that your cut still goes straight if you've already started. Lots of dirt though. So, I mean, I got a lot of examples about shrinking. So from the center on a back window, you make your line in the middle, and from the middle, start here and work your way down. So you could be anywhere in here and just kind of keep that even. Go down, go back up. So yes, in the center, the absolute center, not necessarily. Usually I start on one edge, but kind of keep it flowing. You're welcome. Do you mostly use stainless? Yes. Most of the time stainless. Anytime you're cutting on the glass, stainless. Carbon is a little bit harder, a little bit sharper. Well, it'll dull less quickly, so you can hold the edge a little bit longer. I like the 30-degree carbon blades. I get them from tool sites, so like Tint Depot. So there's Olfa and there's NT. I like NT a little bit better. I feel like if you're in an urgent pinch, sometimes I'll get them off of. I've had to buy them off of Amazon really quick, but most of the time, tool suppliers have them. Yeah, there's a lot of grit that came down when I cut that laminate. So we're gonna put a little extra attention in kind of making sure that's all cleaned out. Have you ever scratched the glass? Absolutely. That's why I'm super careful. That's why I'm super careful about cutting on it. Can you get a red dot off Amazon? Yeah, you can. A few of the tools are pretty easy, or like the knife, the blades. They're actually a little bit more expensive on Amazon though. The knife, I'm not sure. I know the blades are a little bit more expensive. But yeah. I need glass aid. A lot of people do. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. There's not much I can do. Logistics just time. Just take time right now. All right, so we could have used that too. So we could use these as backup quarters if we want to. We just gotta flip them sideways. So these will shift, actually. How much? I don't remember. I think I folded over enough. But these ones, chargers, I'd go a little wider on that if you can. You don't want to tuck them too far in necessarily, but you definitely want to make sure all your gaps are covered. This is one of those things that kind of annoying. But here, I'll show you here. Oh yeah, we're plenty over. Okay, so we got room to go back. These ones probably aren't as bad as the chargers, but look at this. See how that window rocks in there? So every time you roll it down, it goes this way. Goes like, slides back this way. Every time you roll it up, it goes back this way. Like, really annoying, but it's super consistent on all of them. Fusions, chargers, 300s, and a barrage of some other vehicles. Those are the ones that I remember most. So you can pull it this way just a little bit more. I think you have to pull it farther to cover a gap on a charger. It's really just that top area though. I found some tape like Glassade, but it's not Glassade. So is it really like it? Yeah, so, oh, I think we nicked it. We might have to put another piece up here. There's like a little speck that just looks like it punched a small little indent in my film. Yikes. Alright, well we got some more quarter window film. It wasn't big, but it was notable. Like, dang. No fun. Anyways. Yeah, so what you'll be able to find is pinstriping. Pinstriping's much thinner. You can find vinyl. Vinyl's thin though. They're just, it's like 5 mil. Yeah, you can even find like electrical tape. But electrical tape says 8 mil, but it's really soft. Like really soft. You cut through that stuff so quick. So lots of like materials that you can find in different size tapes and whatnot to kind of do the job. Closest thing is really going to be pinstriping, and then you just try and double up on it, double or triple, because like with that, I didn't want to do that. So, but it'll get you by. Taking too long? Yeah, man. We embrace taking longer. We go within reason. Alright. So we got the same things. You know, I don't think I squeegeed the outside of the glass before I did that. So we wiped it off. We got a speck. That's how it goes. Cool. So that shifts down, and then you can also like kind of shift it back too if you want to. Use the streamer first and the tinter second. Yeah, get it straight, man. God, it's almost like it takes effort to have all this set up or something. I don't know. Do you know who likes that? Customers like that. Unless they're in a hurry. Alright, so we gotta shrink some doors. We're gonna snap them. That one's all set up. Let's go grab our heat gun. Thought your top layer goes on the passenger side, not the driver's side. No, it depends on how you orient it. It's what I said kind of at the beginning. It's when it becomes slightly risky. If you go back through all the streams, I set them up the exact same way every time. Makes it a little quicker. So you could do them opposite and have the liner facing the tint, and basically the tint facing the tint on both sides. But then you have to like kind of flip things around. And that was always just annoying to me. So I put first piece of tint how it's supposed to go on the glass. And then I put the next one opposite, and then I cut both of them out, and then all I have to do is then pick up my top layer and go set it on the other side of the car. I don't have to fiddle around with them. Sean started selling Chameleon film. Nice. There's definitely a pretty big interest in it. As long as it lasts. I've thought about it, and then like I've been spooked out of a fair amount. There was the gold stuff, it lasted 8 months. There was the saw another crazy color that faded to pink within 3 months. Ultravision, their darker stuff, was like bad off the get-go. I don't know. Maybe you should buy one off of him. Here. How about this? I'll buy Chameleon film from him, maybe if he buys Glass Aid. He uses like 3M he uses like 3M pinstriping at like $11 a roll. Don't know why. Don't know why. Totally different things. This sticks good. Good deal. Fair trade. Yeah, mine's probably a little bit more expensive. Let's get ourselves a clay bar here. Look at that. We even put warm water in there. I'm not used to working in air conditioning. Maybe buy your $3,000 tint rolls? What $3,000? I don't have $3,000 tint rolls. Chameleon's one of those like weird markets. It's becoming more known, but you'll notice there's no like actual, like there's no like Lumar Chameleon. There's no 3M Chameleon. It's just like, it's kind of a niche. It's like a niche. I think it'll do better than it did, but it's not going to be as big. Like, look at that top edge. Oh my God. It'll do better now than it would have before, but you got to remember there were lots of colored films. That was a big trend for a while, but yeah, it's like, what do you see most people get? Most people get black. Why? Because it's just normal. So there is a market for it. It's just, I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. So to go manufacture your own, it's makes more sense just to do more shades or something. What do you like better, Nova or Geo? What's Nova? Put it this way, I use what I like. I use what I like the most, so. Oh, Helios? Oh. Well, I like Geo better. That's why I use it. I've heard there's been improvements. I've been using Geo for a while. Geo was like, they had a really solid lineup when I was looking into carbon. So they had the C2 around for a little bit. Carbon's one of those films that, like, I mean, ceramic is best of the best, but ceramic here fills this really nice niche where it gives you good bang for your buck. So heat rejection in Michigan, it's not on everybody's mind, but when summertime kicks, more people are definitely into ceramic than not, but that's where having that carbon was kind of fits that healthy middle. And then they made haze improvements. So I was all over that. I was like, cool. Carbon that's no longer hazy, sign me up. Does that work that way? Sorry. Seems to be. Interesting. Put too much baby shampoo, it starts slipping. Well, yeah, depends on the film. Usually that's the case. With this stuff, sometimes it'll just kind of, it'll freeze on you pretty quickly here. So I like having a lot of extra soap. You need like 30 feet of ceramic. Oh, you guys. You can buy like half rolls, but 30 feet, I don't think. Some will cut them down for you if you call, so it's worth a call. Have you ever filed tin off the top? Yeah, but relatively unsuccessfully. I don't know. I gotta figure out, like, I gotta, what people told me as far as bastard cut files, but I don't know. I still need to play around with it. How much to get a tint job with you? I'm relatively affordable. Depends on what you have and what you're getting. Entry is $240. That's not bad. Prices just went up. You know, things are kind of leaning that way right now. We're booked till July, so that's nice. There's places that are booked farther than me. I don't know. Been tinting for a long time. I like to put a lot of effort. I'd say more effort than a lot of places do. So I kind of schedule extra special time for every car. So that's like a big reason why I want to charge more, and then pretty much just make carbon kind of the entry rather than a color stable. The color stable is still a great option, but right now we're seeing a good amount of people at least upgrading to the carbon, so that's cool. It's good to see. But, you know, winter's still a thing. People gotta eat. You think Shiba coin will hit 1 cent? I have never even looked at it. Have you never thought I'd see a boom axe again? You used a sledgehammer? I've seen it in person. But I haven't had one here to use. The Blue Max, although not always my favorite, it's when a Blue Max works well, it works really well. It slides good, just usually gets beat up pretty fast. Seems like it likes Pro Nano and the... Actually, it just likes all the films. I don't know. I've been using it for a little bit again. Would you say a training course is worth it? Absolutely. But it's gonna help you out if you're a little bit more prepared for it. So get some film, do some practice, and then like genuinely try and tint some cars within a reasonable amount of time, and then take a class. So you might not like come into it like, I can tint in like a couple hours. You'll probably be a while. But that's kind of like, that's when a class I think is most effective for you. So they do help with getting you pointed in the right direction super early on. But if you're only going to take one class, make it count. So you kind of want to know what you're looking for, not just be completely oblivious to everything that's going on. Like, I've never touched window film before, I'm taking a class. That will... some people did really well with that, and some people didn't do so well with that. So your own natural skill will impact that. .3M ceramic IR. Is that a good film? I'm not gonna say 3M's completely overrated, but generally they've been a little overrated. So you're usually gonna pay a premium for the 3M name, and Lord, I don't know how they got such a good name. So should get good service though. Good service. I mean, it's not gonna be a bad film for you. It'll hold up. It's just I think there's some films that'll probably hold up for a little less money. Everybody, like, if anybody asks about a film by name, it's typically like 3M. They just were selling like $1,000 rolls. They make good Post-it notes. What is the best but also most cost-effective film that you use? I wonder. I'd say the C2. That's why I said C2 is really good bang for your buck. You can save a little bit of money on a quality film. How much do you charge for front Chameleon tint? I usually charge the price of a full windshield, and then you're gonna supply the Chameleon. There's nothing I feel comfortable with at this point. I've had issues with like seeing all the Chameleons. So, I don't know. If you find something, you want to bring it in, it's kind of an at your own risk type of thing. I will do my best to make sure it's installed properly, and we'll go from there. Let's move this out, actually. Where did I put that? No, it is there. Okay. We're located in Detroit. Not quite. We're not in Detroit. We're Detroit Tint Studio, but we're about as Detroit as not. We're in Sterling Heights, which is less known than Detroit. What about the keg? I have a keg. I quite like it. I think I need to get a couple longer hoses, though. I've already said my 8-mile stories. Oh, did I build my own? No, it's from Tint Keg. I have one of the original ones that was sold on 44, and then we did some modifications to it to get rid of the god-awful curly hose. But I ain't got time for that. No, there wasn't like, I think there's a little bit more available as far as parts list, but like there's a reason why they're a little bit more premium. So they get upgraded fittings. So like the air release, they upgrade that. The all the fittings are either brass or stainless steel, so they're not gonna rust on you. The hose setup especially, really nice, because you get one of those cheap plasticky hoses for like 20 bucks. It'll get the job done, and then you'll trip over it. So there's just like a lot of little reasons why I like these. Plus the keg looks sick. We have the same graphic designer, so like, come on now. It's just one of those extra things that you can do. So like you can like wrap your own, but I like the design. Plus they made a Detroit Tint Studio themed one, so like come on now. Come on now. Yeah, so that one tucks in a little bit farther, a little slimmer here. That's really the only seal I've had much of a problem with at all on these ones. So they can pinch a little bit tighter, a little bit flatter, go a little bit farther with it, but it's pretty straightforward. We're doing 35 ceramic. Maybe I should put the shade in the title. Make a green one, like the squeegee. With the squeegee, I could only pick one color, so I did a really bright green. I like the Tint Studio RGB theme to it, so that's kind of what we did. They even tweaked the tint keg colors to match. Bunch of ceramic these last couple of videos. I know, right? We were doing so many Pro Classic jobs, and then we started bumping up to having some more carbons, and now it's like a lot more ceramics right now. The weather is definitely helpful. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's awesome. Whenever you work in a space and they want to tell you that what you're doing can't get any better, they don't know. I worked with a bunch of shops that were like, 220 is too expensive for a tint job. We can do 200. And then they moved the price to 200, and they had just as hard of a job trying to sell it. And then they wanted to lower it even more. And then it's just like, no. No. The way you make your business, everything, it all contributes. Soon, Tint Studio is going to be known as Ceramic Guy in Detroit. Maybe. However far that goes, I still think that more often than not, like, we'll have our own happy niche. When somebody's looking for a tint job, maybe they'll find us sooner. Good amount of referrals, but we'll see. I'm still happy to do my standard ones too, but always a little happier to do a ceramic. I just want to keep streaming. I'm just glad that we could do that consistently lately. You know? So this little guy up here, these top seals will vary based on 300. So sometimes they give you a lot of room up here, sometimes not so much. This one gets a little bit close, so you just trim out a little sliver up there. Gets much wider towards this this bottom side. Stream's been good lately. Thank you. Yeah, we've been more consistent, which is great. Because there's work. And if there's work, there's streams. As long as I get the time, though. So it took a little bit of trial and error, because we were doing like a 9 o'clock appointment. We do like kind of like 3 appointments, and then we moved to 2. And then we were doing like a 9 and a 12. And then now we're 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock for most days right now. Which you might be like, hey, what the hell? You could do more than that. It's true, I can. But if I want to stream consistently, it's kind of how it has to be. And then I have some extra time to, like, I did inventory this morning, and I ordered a bunch more ceramic. I want to see a breakdown of how you do your stream. If I get the time to do a video, maybe we'll do one of those. I still have other tint videos that I'd like to do. I mean, this is a business, so I have to do business stuff, like talk to people, schedule, cash out. Like, there's more than that. There's a lot more than that. There always is. It's like so many little things in the background, and then it's hard to keep up with. I'm glad I can at least do this much consistently right now. But yeah, I don't mind answering any of the stream questions at all. Are the comments read out loud? Yes, sir. Every stinking one of them. It's all right. You guys are fine. Some days gets a little crazy, but it's usually pretty manageable. I don't know what I'm gonna do if the chat volume really picks up. I try and just kind of put the volume on low, and whoever catches the right time, I can answer. Would you tint Jeff Bezos' car? No? What? Like, why? Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I? I highly doubt he is the guy to set that up and take care of that. So, would you even know if you did? Probably not. And I know somebody would ask, would you charge him more? No. That's kind of like the same thing with that M series I had yesterday. Or the $90,000 truck that I did. Yeah, on some level, it's like, if it's a more expensive car, you want to charge more. But unless it really deserves it, I keep it at the same price. If it's a really unique car that's going to take extra time, sure. But other than that, no. Canon. Tropical Shade!
Tropical Shade Tinting super chatted $2 for an answer to my question above.
Tropical Shade with a 2 for an answer to my question above. Okay, let's look. How do you mount the carpet shield to the roll? I forgot, but... Oh, I got some but forgot about mounting it? Oh, sure. Here, let me show you real quick. Thank you for the 2. Cool. So how do we mount it? Pretty easily, actually. There's just a few different parts from like another store. Okay, so this is like a dual track closet rail, really. It's for garage shelving and it's also for closet shelving. So dual track because it's got the 2 slots here. And then these are 6 or 7 inch brackets that I bought from Menards. So I found these at the Menards. They had the shortest ones and a bunch of them available, so I just bought a ton of them. Bought these dual track rails. That screws into a brace basically at the top, and then you can kind of shift these around any which way that you want. This was a little bit more unique. This was from, let me think. This was from a company called the Container Store. So this was, yeah, just a closet rod here. But they had this extra long bracket and these hooks. This is part of their Alpha system, ELFA. So extra long bracket here has a little hook that goes into the bottom, closet rod that goes top, and it sticks out just like, look at this. I love this so much. It sticks out just perfectly enough. Oh, I think we put that bracket in the wrong slot. Oh, well, whatever. So this just kind of sits there. Ah, it's so clean. Thank you for the 2. Are there comments showing up on the live stream, but ours from the live chat aren't? Well, if I go in front of the computer, they'll pop up. But other than that, they won't. But I'll hear them. Because when we're doing the car, it's about the car. The car's getting done, so I don't want you guys mucking up the tint job with your feed. I'm just kidding. So then you can do that. See? So nice. So the stickiness, just a reminder to everybody, the stickiness of carpet shield sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. But that seems to go with every panel. $2. Was that
Tropical
super chat
Shade
from
Tinting Super Chat
Tropical
$2.
Shade? Thank you for the answer.
answer.
Definitely helped. You're very welcome.
Definitely
I appreciate the 2 again. Are you gonna pull up in the new Cadillac SUV? I don't have any plans to. Does Cadillac have a minivan? Because that's the first thing we're gonna have to get. Ooh, so exciting. You know what? It would be more interesting for you guys to see tinting minivan side doors than tinting a brand new Cadillac SUV, because you're going to have way more problems on that, on that minivan than any Cadillac SUV. So see, I looked up some videos. I know more about them now. The Honda Odyssey has really interesting back seats. So they slide sideways now. So you could literally you have an aisle in the middle. You can literally take the seat and push it that way and then get into the back much easier. So that's super helpful when you have a baby and you got to load the baby and you want to put the baby in the middle of the car. And then you also got to get in the back to change the baby because you just put him in the car seat and then he poops. Oh, good times. Oh, we did put it in. Oh, I totally forgot about that. No, RV's too much. I wanted something that's just kind of like mid-size, not too big, and then that's very manageable. But it's still probably going to be a little bit. A minivan? How many kids do you plan to have? Honestly, just with one kid and you're trying to like bring a bunch of kid stuff with you, you'll find out that a Blazer really doesn't have much space at all. You go to Costco or something, and it's just like, oh yeah, stroller, baby seat, diaper bag, and then you got to bring stuff home on top of it. You got just enough room, and then you got to change the baby. And oh man, you're fresh out of space. That's how all that goes. The new minivans don't look like minivans anymore? Or something to that effect. Oh, they still do. But they're like about as cool as you could possibly make them. You know what I mean? They got to be functional, but then they do things that make dads go, ooh, they got a vacuum in them now. They got a rear camera so you can have like a bird's eye view of the whole interior. Like little things like that. That's cool. Good job. Monitors for the kids, even though they're going to be on tablets anyways. But anything like that helps. I'm just trying to make you feel better about it. It's all right once you accept it. It is what it is. So there's just gonna be cars flying? No. No, there will be a delivery or like self-driving cars eventually. That'll just kind of like you just summon one and then it takes you to where you want to go. What's the tape on the seals? Hey, back to tinting. This is called tuck tape. You can find it on Amazon, and I think I'm going to be looking for something else. I really like this stuff. I think it's great. The only thing that kind of bothers me is it only seems to be available on Amazon. So it's from a Canadian manufacturer. So if you're from Canada, you'll have an easy time getting this stuff. No problem. So you can find it on Amazon. It's about like 14 bucks a roll. And it does the job great. I'd just like to find something a little bit more accessible here. Dang. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, that just ruined my day. See that guy? That's no good. Oh, it was going so well, too. Squeegee left a mark in my film. So that's a no bueno there. So what can we do here? I think we're gonna flip it around. Must be getting worn out. Like I said, the top was pretty dirty. That was a pretty gnarly one too. We might have marked this up too much. No, that should be good. See, that's why you get the cropped one. Or the uncropped one. Just flip it around. Oh, I was giving it compliments. I said it was doing well, too. Look at the Everbuilt tape. Looks like the same thing, similar. We'll give it a go. Yeah, it's sheathing tape, so whatever sheathing tape, whoever else makes sheathing tape, I'd imagine there's a lot of similarities there, so thank you for the heads up. So this is where it's really nice to have a short roll. Blue Max did fail. There, we'll put that there. We won't forget about that. So we're going to cut one out over there off of this roll. Nice to have a short roll. So when you do inevitably mess up, you can fix it with less film. Sad. The only thing was like the top edges on this. We had a fair amount of, like, you remember when I was cutting through the laminate? There was like a lot of dirt that kind of fell down, and it was kind of gnarly. So could have been some residual from that just scraped along the top that wasn't like super well cleaned off or anything. So I don't want to just beat the Blue Max up too much about it, but definitely not great. But, you know, it happens. Hey, look at that. We got more quarter window. Bing, bing. So somebody using a toothbrush for laminate doors. Hey, man. If it works, makes sense. Do they use some Crest on there too? Which brand? Generic? Crest? Colgate? Sensodyne? We need to know which toothpaste is the best along with the brush. Dollar store. Oh, well, that's sad. How much for limo? Limo and what? And on what? Have you tried Tint Slime? Yep. Used to use it. Orange stuff was my favorite. I heard they had some consistency issues lately, though. Right now we're using Dawn and baby shampoo together. This stuff, especially the ceramic, sticks and it can stick on you pretty hard. I'm playing around with some stuff to see if I can figure out a way to make that like less. So far with the slip solution, doing like a combo of baby shampoo and Dawn seemed to help a lot. But when you have like, keep the glass cool. So like, you know, I understand you can be working in like a hot garage or something. Spray the window down. Just kind of give it a chance to cool off. That'll help. Use colder water in general. That'll kind of help. And then just, I don't know. I'm messing around with something on the window right now. More baby shampoo. Oh, we use about a quarter to a third Dawn with a lot of baby shampoo. We use more baby shampoo than not. And I actually had to get the Johnson baby shampoo over some of the cheaper ones. It's just more concentrated. It works better. So while I was actually using the Sesame Street baby shampoo, that stuff works great. It's not as concentrated. We're gonna leave that beep until we get this done too, just so you guys can go a little insane. But for those of you that tint regularly, don't even hear it. I'm like, what beep? Bing, 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 bing. What hose do you use? I have both the Flexilla and I have the blue one. The blue one's more durable. It's a little heavier. It's more durable. It'll last longer. I like the Flexilla one because it's green. That's it. I like it because it's green. But that being said, even on this floor in this shop, it's gotten plenty dirty, so it doesn't look as vibrant as what it used to. I heard they have a better hose too. Comes in a couple different colors now. So I actually just found this out the other day. They're like, you're actually using the original one. It's better now. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck me. Funny how that works. Please fix the door chime. We'll fix the door chime when we're done with the door. I used to care. I don't care anymore. You guys can suffer through one door chime, and then I'll shut the door. I used to, like, every once in a while I was latching the doors. I tend to forget that I've latched them unless they're frameless. And I don't hear it. I have noise canceling headphones too, so like I don't even I hear it, but I don't. You just get so used to them. Tune them out. Bing, 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 bing. I think door chime creators don't get enough credit. The Bose AirPods. Oh yeah, those are the ones I have. They actually are. They're really good. I was trying. So I had the Bose QC30s, which were their neckband style, but they discontinued them. So I actually kind of worked out. I'm still sad that they don't have them. But they made those headphones like 5 years ago or something like that. And so I understand that eventually they're going to get discontinued, especially with everybody pushing for like truly wireless. But what drives me crazy about truly wireless is like I can't just hang them on my neck. Like, so if somebody's talking to me, I got to put it through like a pass-through mode, or I got to take an ear out, and then I got to hold it. And then I'm like, I just want to drop it and keep working. So they're a little bit annoying. I have like 3 things to keep track of instead of like 1. But the headphones themselves, the noise canceling is actually better. It's significantly better. So they sound good, they fit well, and the battery life seems to be long enough. But I definitely lost features going to these ones versus the old ones. My old ones, they used to switch between my laptop and my phone. So when somebody would call my phone, I could actually just pick up calls on my headset. Now I actually have to switch them back and forth. You can swipe the noise canceling down. Yep. Yeah, you can. It's just, it works well, and the pass-through is actually really good. It's a little bit weird to get used to, though. They have a favorite tap thingy on the Bose, so like I just would rather take them out, just take one ear out. It's what I was doing with the other ones for so long that it's really weird for me to just kind of like, yeah, it's no fun. Also, I can't skip forward a track or skip back a track. So I was trying to decide between the AirPods or the Bose ones, and then on the Apple ones, you can't change the volume without talking to Siri, unless you have an Apple Watch. And with the Bose ones, you can't go back a track, but you can adjust the volume. Ask Siri. Here's how this goes. Somebody walks in, or somebody walks up to me, goes, "Hi," and then I'm like, "Excuse me, 1 second. Hey Siri, can you lower the volume, please, so I can talk to this person?" Yeah, no. There we go. This one seems like it's going better. And yeah, and then it doesn't understand you. It's already annoying enough, like I have to double tap to pause. Like, hang on 1 second. Doot doot. Yeah, I can pull an earbud out, but as soon as I put it back in, it'll start playing the music again. Like, it's just, there's no real winning scenario here. There's just things that I have to deal with. So, the old headphones, neckband, great. They work great. I could just click the button and then pull an ear out at like the same time. And then I was fine. No problem. Now I have to like deal with other issues. Are the door protectors reusable? Yeah, you could get like one more use out of them. If you really wanted to, you could hang them up and let them dry. It's just like letting this adhesive dry. So yeah, you can. I'm just, I guess, not super eco-friendly with the amount of disposables that I have. So, you know, there's that. So the only other neckband headphones were like the Sony, these $300 Sony ones. There's other ones, but like, okay, Beats, somebody brought up Beats. Was looking into Beats. Beats don't have noise canceling. So rules that out. Need noise canceling. If you tint without noise canceling, how do you do it? It's so nice. If you're in noisy shops, there's two things that I've found with music. There's how much sound is coming around you, and there's how loud that you put your volume up on whatever headphones that you're using. And when you can change the volume of what's around you, oh, so nice. So you got air compressors and whatever else going on, you just turn all that shit down and focus on your work. Oh, but I put a protection plan. So I bought them from Best Buy. I bought the protection plan, which was a very good thing because it seemed like those headphones would last about a year and a half at the most. And then I'd have to go use the protection plan again and get them swapped out. And then when they were discontinued, I was like, okay, so what happens now? Because they can't swap them out here anymore. And they're like, we're going to credit you. And I was like, so how much is that going to be? They're like, $312 on the credit. I was like, holy shit, okay. Well, I guess that worked out. Because the headphones were like, I think originally like $350. And I kept them for like 4 years, redeemed the protection plan a few times, and yeah, that worked out for me. Good deal. Jeff Bezos is outside? Well, you can come on in, I guess. But I gotta schedule him. We're all booked up for today, I'm sorry. Fuck. He's no longer there anymore. No preferential treatment. I mean, there'll be preferential treatment based on the car that you bring in, I guess. So if it's a really nice one, I mean, they all get treated nice, but maybe we'll be a little nicer. I don't know. We already put a lot of effort into everything we do here. Well, I'm going to have way more regular customers than I'm going to have Jeff Bezos. So I don't know. Unless he wants to bring me some other Jeff Bezos-y friends. They're not here. This is Michigan. Oh, okay. So we'll tint some rocket ships. Sounds good. Wait. Let me see. Who is that? Ah, yeah. Dang, you gotta... Yeah, somebody mentions the tire covers. I'm like, wait. I know who mentioned that then. Oh, yeah, it said I'd shut that door, huh? I guess we should probably do that. Because now we don't need it open anymore. There'd have to be a lot of checks for that. Oh, I missed that question. That's fine. I'm in the middle of a ceramic. Don't you do I'm in the middle of a ceramic. Quiet. See, now don't you kind of miss the door chime? A little bit? It's too quiet now. There we go. Ooh. Sometimes this film does a little slide and stick. Would you recommend doing home windows with automotive tint? No. There's some you could get away with doing, but home windows, they absorb a lot of heat and they'll crack. So you really want to check with a architectural film rep or company for what you're doing. So if your windows are like facing, like, I don't know, sometimes they'll say like west facing windows or whatever, whichever ones get really the most amount of sun, they're gonna absorb a lot of heat, and that heat doesn't really have anywhere to go, so it just kind of cracks your glass. So most architectural films like that are a little darker. They'll be reflective too, to reflect the film, not just stay dark and kind of absorb it. That's how it keeps your house cooler. Just gotta get rid of it. Yep. Clean side. Blue Max, good squeegee until it starts getting roughed up. Then it's a bad squeegee. So right now it's really good. Really, really good. Reminds me why I left it on for a few days. Then as it kind of gets all marred up at the top and stuff, it starts to run its course here pretty quickly. Are you gonna make green shanks happen? Yeah, they're happening. They're just gonna take a while. Logistics. But they are happening. Stay tuned. Tint Studio Shanks. What's a hard card sharpening tool? What does it do? I guess it sharpens cards. But it actually does sharpen squeegees, and I've gotten a little better at it. I can show you a little bit later here. There's a way to, so when you put the blade back in, I'd suggest probably a fresh blade on it. And then you can run the squeegee blade down the side and actually sharpen a squeegee with it. Although, if you kind of mess up, you'll like really jack up your blade. So make sure you're kind of, it's on its way out. I want to shank some cars in Detroit Tint Studios honor. Quality right there. I guess that goes pretty well together, huh? I didn't even realize how well. With Dawn being a degreaser, does it hurt the adhesive? I sure hope not. See, the thing is, I hear that being said, like a lot, like not a lot, but some, more than I used to. But it's not really super easy to prove. So, like, I still chalk it up to hearsay. Because there's guys that have been using it for years and years. And I would think if it was like a well-known problem, it would have been cleared up really a long time ago. And just like stay away from this entirely. But you still get shops and film companies recommending it. So I don't think so. It's possible, but you know, sometimes it's hard enough to prove that a film isn't even very good. Because you'll get somebody like, I installed this film a year ago and it's already failing, and then there'll be like 5 people that'll be like, bullshit, I've been using that since the 30s. You're like, whoa, it's a long time, dude. I've been tinting for 100 years and I've never had a problem. Okay. Well, congratulations for never having a problem. Okay, we've got the back window left. What did somebody ask me to check out? The card sharpener? Maybe. See, I did that on my flat out. And it worked. And it scratched. We got a lot of dinosaur tinters in here, huh? That is very clean. I asked, what does the hard card sharpener do? And I addressed it. Oh, you guys. All right, back window. So, Chrysler 300. We need to talk about the back window. So, good news is if you have a 24-inch roll, it'll just fit. Yay. Bad news, defroster lines aren't your friends on these cars. So these go in line with the Chargers, Challengers, and believe it or not, Mustangs. Why Mustangs? I don't know. So this is something we've talked about before, but I always like to make it a point to bring it up because we always have different people watching the stream. When you go to tint this back window, the defroster lines are a little thicker on these, and they can let air feed right back into your film and then create little air pockets. And for whatever reason, it could take you half an hour plus to try and get those things to lay down. You'll heat them up, you press them down, you heat them up, press them down. Sucks. So, how do you fix it? Well, stay tuned, and we'll get to that as soon as we get this shrunk. So not a lot of shrinking on this one, obviously. When somebody asked me about shrinking near the beginning, so for every window, when I start, I'll usually start at what is the highest point. So fix down your middle, and then usually things kind of are a little bit easier in the very center of the glass. Your harder areas are going to be along the top and bottom corners of the window. But I'll stick to the highest point, and then you kind of keep that going straight across. So you can see there's really not much to shrink here, so it's already kind of laid down, but there is more that needs to be shrunk here. And you just kind of keep going back and forth and keeping it even. That's the best way to kind of start and practice shrinking film. Keep all that locked down. As soon as you see it start going sideways, heat guns all the way on high, and then the film just kind of moves along. I'm relatively close to the film too. I'm just keeping this heat moving. You need it hot enough so it melts, but you don't want to burn it. So same thing on here. You can see wherever I touch the heat, it just starts going sideways, lays flat. Sometimes it doesn't lay flat, but it'll be shrunk. And then you take your card to kind of organize the film. So my shrinking sometimes will look a little bit different because you don't have to keep it even as you go. You just need to know what to look for. So if I'm just kind of in a hurry, it'll look more like this. Just shrinking whatever it needs to and just keeping it moving. So I'm kind of hitting bigger areas and putting a little heat a little bit more aggressively on it. Nothing crazy, but that's kind of what a one versus the other will be. So you can kind of just shrink one area, keep it moving. And what's cool about the felt card, see this little guy right here? I don't know what that is, but it might have ripped through the film. It's probably just something a little bit stuck to the glass. But this is why I like a felt card versus a hard card, because if you come into contact with something like that, sometimes you'll just rip right through the film and you gotta start over. So with a felt card, it'll skip right over a lot of that stuff because it doesn't put quite as much pressure. And then we be very quiet while we cut this. My air conditioning turns on. Have you had any issues with the Wagner cord? No, never. They're like 20 bucks though, so you can go return it and get a new one, or just throw it away and get a new one. Or use the Craftsman / Porter cable one. That one's a good one too. Pretty inexpensive. I'm not a tint baller yet. Do you have to be a tint baller to buy another heat gun though? I can understand if it's like, you know, upwards of $100 and you don't want to buy another one, but 20 bucks for another one? Come on now. You do 2 doors, so you can buy like, what, 3 or 4 of them. 5. $20 is a lot. Pandemic, man. Fair enough. Get you tint some doors. It's a good way to get started too. Instead of doing full cars. Get some front door clients. You can make some quick money doing that. Okay, so I suppose we should continue our little adventure on this back window. So let's get some things here first. We need these 2 guys. We need these. Oh, we already have an assortment of fun back here. Look at that. Well, they know now because of your comment. Oh no, we're locked out of the car, guys. What do we do? How do we get in? How do we get in? Oh, really? Okay, good. Okay, now we can get back over there. Oh, we gotta put this forward anyways. The boxes on the wall, are they full or just for show? The 60s are starting to get pretty, like, I actually just did inventory today, so you guys had a good time. The 60s are starting to run out. All these are all full boxes though, so like, don't believe me, Pro Nano 20. Oh look, there's a lot of film there. Yeah, this is what I use. So all my carbon and all my ceramic, that's kind of where I store it all. The Pro Classic, that doesn't get a shelf. Mostly because I use it a lot. All right, so for this back window, what we want to do here, when we're going to prep it, is we want to turn the car on. I haven't even done any cleaning to the back window. All I did was cut and shrink the back window. Make sure everything's off other than the rear defroster. Turn that sucker on. So they're thicker defrosters. Let's put the seat forward so we have a little bit more room. So, like I said, they are thicker defrosters, so they actually get much hotter. And they do it pretty quickly too. So all for this back window, literally just turn on the defrosters. You can still go over it with what you normally go over it with. So if you use like a scrub pad, clay bar, all that good stuff, still thoroughly clean it, but as you're cleaning it, you're letting these things heat up. So no need for, I don't know, what do people do these days? Backblade sanding, steel wool, any of that shit that's gonna get in your film. Not fun. Oh, let me grab a, here, before we sweep this, let me grab a towel here real quick. So they don't, it's preheating the film too? It's a good point. Maybe that has something to do with it too. I actually never even thought about that. You, sir, get a cookie. Is it a big risk of destroying defrosters while tinting? No. If it was, there's a lot of Michigan people that would be very sad. Because wintertime, we definitely use our defrosters. Because you know, when you have a foot of snow on your car and you're too lazy to sweep off your car, you just turn on the rear defrosters half an hour before you have to drive. And then it'll mostly be gone, and then it'll fall onto somebody else's car. I like cookies. Good job. I'm happy for you. Me too. I like them too. I try not to eat too many. Okay, so we're cleaning this off a little bit here. We're still going to take a clay bar over. We took scrubby pad. Did we need to use a scrubby pad? No, but sometimes why not? So that's, we could have taken a clay bar sooner, but you know, hey, sometimes we're extra thorough, okay? So even with the scrubby pad, we're gonna find out real quick here if I needed to take a clay bar to it. Generally, I think yes, especially on these ones because, oh my God, what the f- yeah, exactly. These ones have been some of the worst. The Chargers and the 300s, they just got a lot of residue there. So give it a good scrubby down. Keep those defrosters on. The glass is feeling pretty warm here. I'm glad you shared the clay bar, made a huge difference. Glad to hear it, man. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't... I found out about it late into my tinting career too. It was just one of those things that's like, oh my God. Especially if somebody smokes, builds up haze on the window. Yep. Yeah, all that regular crud and grime that just kind of naturally like sticks to the glass. With the defroster lines especially, I don't know, but it's what you pull off, there's some severe residue there, and you'll find it on a lot of back windows. Some are cleaner than others, but you usually pull something off of the defroster lines. So let's spray that. Let's jump over to the passenger side because that's the way we carry our film in, because if I try and do it the other way, wow, that's just really stuck there, isn't it? It's kind of funny. You get used to installing the same way, and if you change things up and you go opposite, your like hand motions will be all weird. So I always suggest doing things kind of the same way on every car until you get that stuff down. Then you can kind of vary it up a little bit, but if you don't have to, then don't bother. So really the only thing about leaving defrosters on on a back window when you're trying to install film is like, yeah, it gets hot. So your film has a chance to stick quicker because it's hot. So you kind of want to like, just kind of go for it, you know? Get it where it needs to go. Make sure all your edges are covered, because once you start locking this sucker down, and then when you're squeegeeing this stuff out, you want to do everything to risk creating air pockets. So use the defroster lines kind of as a tunnel and just squeegee, squeegee, squeegee straight across those lines. Don't go like this. Just go straight across. So if it starts to feed air back in, you're gonna drag that over spots that have started to dry, and you're gonna create these really nasty air trails. And the only way to get those out is to peel the film back and spray it down and squeegee out again. But if the film's already kind of dried, sometimes you can't make that happen. So doing this on like a Mustang on a 100-degree garage day, 100-degree plus garage day, not super fun. The Chargers and 300s at least have some back doors that you can get into. Makes it a little bit easier. Especially the Challengers. Challengers are like, ugh, fun. They're not very big though. So you at least have that little silver lining there. Jumping in and out of the back seat of a two-door car though gets old real quick. So this area up here is an antenna. It's all kind of disconnected. So you have the top area that's an antenna. I don't think that gets hot. But all the lower stuff does. Still turns out okay though. So after that, really, you can leave them on if you want to. If you don't want to poison yourself too much, then you can shut the car off. I don't know. But you got the cat there, so you'll be fine. Oh yeah, I remember where we put this. We put this in a weird spot. So let's check it out. What happened? Yeah, the first one of these that I ever did, ooh, we were spending half an hour plus trying to touch it up, and then it starts tacking up, and then you're just smearing air through it. It was like the weirdest thing. Like when Challengers came out, man, ugh. Had no clue. I was like, screw these cars. Got to be the way I'm shrinking it, or I know it's the defroster lines, but like, come on, there's got to be an easier way to do this. It's not a hard window. It's just those defrosters created a hell of a problem. Who knew that it also had a fix built right into the car? Just turn on the defrosters. And then you're like, oh, cool, that's fixed. Okay, check for any extra air or whatever. You know, we got like a little bit right there, so you can press that into one of the lines. I don't like to mess with these too much, so there's just like a little spot where there's like a little air bubble that started to trail there. Just push it backwards into the line. Unless it's really easy for you to kind of send it down the glass, clear out the window, but it'll find its way out through the line just fine. And then that's on the outside. Yeah, those are little sap spots on the outside. So then you got this lovely little dot matrix area that you can't do much about at the bottom. I don't know why they put a bigger one on there, but they do. So that's no fun. So a little bit up here. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Any other little touch-ups that you might normally have, you can do that. But that'll at least make your back windows on these cars easier. Oh, he's back. Cool. So we're almost done with this one. We just got a little bit to touch up here, and then we'll be all set for today. Unfortunately, I don't have a live for this Saturday. I have a baby birthday party to go to for family. My older brother, his daughter was born 6 months before my son was, so it's her first birthday. Is it possible for steam to make it stickier? I'm not sure I understand quite. What I will tell you is when you have steam kind of feeding back into the bottom sections of the film. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. I feel like some tint comes off cleaner if I don't steam it. I think temperature has a lot to do with it. Because some windows, like, you can find this sweet spot where, like, you'll make the film a little bit warm and it'll peel off, and if you make it too hot, it'll start leaving glue behind. That's a thing. I've noticed that. I don't know if there's any consistency to it, though. It's just kind of like you get a feel for it. Kind of figure out what the film is telling you. If that makes sense. Neat. Got a little bit of a wave right there. It's the best. Best way to tint back doors on pickup trucks that push out. Check out. So I did this Ram the other day. The Ram TRX live stream. Those back windows, they're new, but they have that kind of old school problem with it, where they start to shift out of the seal. Watch that stream. We talked about those back doors quite a bit. We cut them out, I think, like twice, because we had to redo one of them for other reasons. Good guy. Good stuff. How much for a limo on the same car, all the way around with 20% on the windshield? I'm not going to do 20 on the windshield, but I'll do 35. With the full windshield, though, you're looking at $130 for the windshield and $240 for the rest of the car. So we need a little bit of heat. We got just a couple little guys to press out. These are laminated too, as we found out before. So laminated windows always take a little while to pass the heat through. Don't just sit here and cook the window though. Always put some heat on it, pull it away, put some heat on it, pull it away. Because if you just sit there and cook it, you're gonna fry the plastic. You don't want to do that. You'll pay extra in cash for 20% in full windshield. Well, you can try and convince me over the phone, I guess. I don't know. Cash, no receipt. Yeah, you can contact us. It's fine. For like scheduling it. No promises though. I don't like to tint below 35 on a windshield. And what's your number? Just Google Detroit Tint Studio, you'll find it. Dang. Dang in a good way. Why don't you like tinting less than 35%? I have limo shield. Of course you do. That's why. Because we tint windows, but at the end of the day, I still like them to be functional. And yeah, you can drive around with limo on the windshield during the day, on a bright sunny day. Yeah, you'll be okay. But something about being a business and liability. You know, like, please drink responsibly, please tint responsibly type of thing. Yeah, at night it's hard to see. Exactly. I just thought it was funny because you're like, you asked why, and then you agreed with, yeah, it's hard to see. That's exactly why. Oh, that's great. So I get it. It looks great. It can be good fun. But there's always those conditions that'll be a little dicey, and you know, if you had sunglasses, you can just take them off. On a windshield, chances are you're not just gonna go rip off your windshield when you're driving in the rain. And then you're gonna hit somebody, and then this could be what happened. You'd be like, "Oh, it's a tinner, I don't know." I don't know. Real talk, there's no benefit to 5 on a windshield. Yeah, there's arguments there. But yeah, if you're gonna use it like a regular car, let's not do that. I do appreciate you guys with like, you double, triple, limo windshield crowd, because you guys make me laugh. Tint all the things, limo. Dang. She looks good. Just a little bit more. Double checking everything's been pressed out. I think I got one little guy there. I want to tint my eyeballs with 5. Maybe sunglasses. Maybe? In my area, the pro tinters are 4 weeks out. Oh, unfortunately, I'm not a pro tinter. I'm only booked like two right now. Not as far out, but I don't feel as bad when I talk to people. It's like a comfortable amount of booked out. It's like, how soon can I get in? And you're like, 2 weeks. And they're like, no, it's not as bad as the 5 other people I called before you. And I'm like, dang. Sad. Wrecked. But you know, we're a streamer first. Dang. Ooh, look at that. So it's been a while, I think, since we've done 35 all the way around. We've generally done like 35 in the front, a little darker in the back. But 35, we didn't latch that, right? No. 35 it's still gonna look real good. It's a nice classy shade on a 300. So you'll be able to see it in a little bit. You'll still be able to see like some shapes and stuff. Like shapes and colors and whatnot. So depends on kind of like the angle that you're looking at here. I think I got one little speck I gotta press out there. Yeah, let me grab the heat gun here for that little guy. But on these, like, I don't know, you're mostly kind of looking through an angle into dark seats. So depending on how you look into it, it's still gonna look relatively dark. But so what he wanted to do was kind of have it be a little darker on the back, but he didn't want it to be like an eyesore or like just like super sketchy on all the front. So we went even all the way around, and what's nice is the windshield always lets in a little bit more light, so the front's always going to look a little lighter than the back. So yeah, look at that. That looks good. 35 all the way around. You can tint a car in pretty much anything, though, and make it look good. Yeah, boy. All right. So let's shout out some super chats here, and we'll be good to go. How long was that? How long did we spend doing that? 2.5. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right on schedule here, I'd say. Had time to make one mistake. And we're good. So where is my stream elements? Whew. All right. So let's shout out to Super Chats here really quick. Actually, just a couple today. What are you guys, running out of money? It's all good. I appreciate you being here. Tropical Shade with both Super Chats today. Thank you. I greatly appreciate any Super Chats that we get here. And it's always fun as having all you guys here. I enjoy doing this, so that's why we do it. So, with that, GME isn't doing well. That's it. Yeah, it's actually still doing really good compared to where it was. I remember how many weeks it stayed in the hundreds, and then it spiked all the way up to like 340, and then they took it down pretty quickly. So now it's hovering at 224. Give it time. Give it time. Do you do classes? Not yet, but I'm hoping to soon. As soon as I drop this glass account, we're gonna set something up here. So we will be doing them soon enough. And then I have to plan for it. So give me a little time. So with that, I'm going to deliver this car, and y'all have a good one. It's Thursday. Normally I would have a Saturday stream. I'm not, so I will be back on Monday. I have some family stuff. So, going to be doing that. And you guys have a good weekend, too, in the meantime. I'm sorry, but I will be back later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.